Seriously, guys. No. Bad guards. Bad. Welcome back, Herd. It's good to have you here for day 20 here in Frostpunk. We've got a lot of building going on and somebody who wants to talk to us. Captain members of the Neighborhood Watch who were removing the Londoners' slogans have been assaulted. We should do something to protect our people. I kind of make this decision based on hope. I want to keep my hope as high as possible. You may have noticed that this one event has actually caused the tendency to join the Londoners to increase a little bit. So let's get the hope back up. Send the guards to secure the streets. And yeah, well, better late than never. All right, they've been walking around. Let's hope it's enough to protect us from these vermin. You know, just, it's graffiti. They're not attacking you. It's the, well, I suppose they are attacking the guards. That would make me a little bit afraid. And the Londoners gained some followers. Wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. And we do not have anything we can do to increase hope until we have a new law. Other cities may have fallen, but not London. It's impossible. No, London fell. I thought that's where we came from. Didn't we come from London? All right, our scouts are out here at the exile colony. Numerous snow shelters, expertly built from blocks of hard-packed snow, huddle around cold, burned-out campfires. A deathly silence hangs over the colony. All right, let's have a look around, and we find some exiles are still alive, just barely. We could try to bring them to our city, although they might die on the way. One of the dying held a diary to his chest. We read the last entry. Exiled from Tesla City, with food and fuel running out, we sent the strongest among us to search for help. They are our last hope. Help me, Obi-Wan. We're afraid this refers to those poor Yankees we've buried. So this is a little bit different than our other choices. You cannot send these exiles to your city. You can either escort them, bring them with you, or you can leave them to die. Or, if you're particularly evil, you can rob them and leave them to die. I'm not particularly evil. I mean, I do kind of not care about children. But this group has engineers and workers, so I would like to bring them home. So, yeah, we'll bring you there. It's fine. So they're gonna set off for our city with our scouts. We pulled the dying exiles from their snow houses and prepared them for the journey to our city. Some of them stirred from their death-like slumber to bless their absent friends for bringing help. We couldn't tell them the truth. Not yet. All right, so they'll come home. We've got our other scout about to reach the supply depot, and then he'll swing around and grab those last few locations. Now we have a bunch of storage I need to assign. We need storage for coal. We also need some for wood and food. We've got a lot of food coming in, and we want to keep stockpiling that. And now that we've got a little bit more room for food, I'm going to put some people on the cookhouses. Now the scouts are over at the supply depot and they have found some wood and food. No flavor text here, just some stuff. We found some stuff. That's exciting. So we are going to run over here to the stone ship. Again, there's nothing here. I know there's nothing here. I just can't stand to leave a location unexplored on the map. We are down to 26 children on their way. So we've lost 9 of them at this point, which is fine with me. Oh, there they are. Speaking of, there they are. How are we doing on child shelters? We have enough room for everyone? It would appear so. It would say so right here if there wasn't enough room for the children that we had. And we've got that last resource depot made. We will make room for some more coal, I think. And you'll notice we've got a lot of wood and a lot of steel. Now that we've got the advanced steel works up, we've got plenty of steel coming in. We can do some of the building that we were waiting to do until we had more steel. Now we have law available, and we've got a few choices. We could go foreman, which is very, very handy, and we will be picking it up. However, foreman does not do anything for your hope, and right now we need to raise hope, which means we need either a propaganda center or a prison. We'll probably pass both, but I'm going to start with propaganda center. It raises hope, it shows detailed info on the sources of discontent, and it has an active ability where you can distribute bulletins which raise hope. It does make people a little angrier, but that's okay. I don't care. Word of warning though for you, there is a scripted death involved with propaganda center. I'm not too concerned about it. It's not going to get in the way of my achievement hunting, because the achievement I'm going after is no deaths from cold, overwork, hunger, and yeah, this is a scripted death, so it doesn't count. So sorry whoever dies because of the propaganda center. We're gonna go ahead and sign that. I really like propaganda center because once it's built, it adds some really awesome banners and whatnot to your buildings. An indignant woman. Sir, our guards have reported this woman for attacking them on patrol. She was cursing them and hitting them with her fists when they brought her in. I would have come by myself, the woman says. These swine have been pestering me day in, day out, and I'm sick of it. They say they need to check if everything's in order, but it's just an excuse to make advances. Guys, there's no reason to be pigs, all right? Treat people with respect. You could punish her if you're really evil, which will cause hope to fall, which is why I'm not doing it. That, and I don't think she's done anything wrong. You can reprimand the guards, which is what we're going to do. One, because it will cause hope to rise, but also two, because seriously, guys, no. Bad guards. Bad. Or you can skip the district on patrol, hope will rise, but the patrol will have less effect. And yeah, we want patrol to have its full effect. Speaking of, how are we on patrol? We gotta wait a little bit longer before we can use it again. But anyways, as I was saying, we are doing pretty darn good on our resource collection, which means I'm actually going to take a few moments to place some bunkhouses down and build out another district. We don't need it just yet because we aren't going to have a whole lot of survivors coming, but we've got the resources available, and I know we will eventually need all these houses, so I'm just going to go ahead and put them down. I'm also going to plop down the fighting arena for this district and also a guard station. Oh, and before I forget, I should probably put a propaganda center somewhere. Let's see here, propaganda center. Now these things are ridiculously large, the propaganda centers. They've got a huge footprint, so they just don't fit well anywhere. We'll put it right there. That's fine. All right, Steam Hub range upgrade has been researched. Next thing we're gonna go after, I think, is overdrive couplings. We're about to have a big temperature drop, and we do have the ability to turn up the generator, but only by one level, so we may be using a little bit of overdrive in the overnight periods when people are around the generator. And overdrive couplings makes it so that when you turn overdrive on, the heat goes up by 2 levels instead of just 1, and it doesn't cost you any extra coal or anything. So yeah, let's get that researched. Now, because we've only got one unemployed worker, I'm going to be speeding through a lot of this day because nobody's going to be building, so I'm going to stop adding stuff for them to build. All right, let's check out what you have to say. Few are persuaded. A member of the Londoners is talking to a crowd. He's trying to scare as many people as possible into joining the exodus to London. But his visions of doom ring false in the ears of our people, who are content with the situation in our city. And they should be. Everything is going fine here. So this little story arc here actually has an achievement attached to it that I haven't gotten. I have a tendency to keep my people too happy in my playthroughs. Earlier on in the game, when I signed overcrowding instead of extra rations for the ill, I alluded to an achievement that you needed kind of a middling level of discontent for. And this is that story arc. I have never actually gotten the achievement because I make people too happy. So I am going to let this guy speak. The number of Londoners will rise. That's all right. Hopefully we get all the way through this quest line, I'll get the achievement, and everything will be fine. If we do, you'll see why I'm not worried about these 10 people joining the Londoners. All right, we should probably take a look at patrol. Should be available now, almost available now. We're just going to see what our scouts are doing at the stone ship. Like I said, there's nothing here. We'll just carry on, move on up to the Icebound Dreadnought, and then on to the cave hideout. And if I remember correctly, I believe this is the last scoutable location in this stage of the game. So they'll probably be heading back home after that. We'll get some more gear, everything will be fine. And real quick check, there's patrol. We're going to make people happier, hopefully not too happy because I want that achievement. Yeah, that's right, I'm making people unhappy for the sake of an achievement. That's the kind of leader I am. We're gonna put that one lone guy over here. Oh, and I should have this steam hub on for people who are working. Keep them a little bit warmer while they build. Maybe we won't have a whole lot of sick people. We do need to have some more people. We've got some survivors incoming. That's right, those sick and hungry people from the exile colony. You are at the Icebound Dreadnought. You can move on to the cave hideout, and we're about to get our people from the exile colony. And because I think we're done scouting locations for this stage of the game, I'm gonna go ahead and disband those scouts at the beacon, get our 5 workers back, get our 40 wood back. And now that we've got some unemployed workers, I'll put down the bunkhouses to finish out this little district area, and they can build them tomorrow. Hopefully they'll go get themselves something to eat right now because they're obviously all very, very hungry. They're going home. Why are you going home? A few of them are going to eat. All right, what do you want to talk to me about? Hello? People support the guards. Well, that's fantastic. So our people are no longer concerned with the Londoners' slogans. Some have started to bring hot soup to the guards patrolling the streets. Really? Hot soup? This is a nice thing now? It's a nice thing? It's a nice gesture to give our guards hot soup? Because I gave all of you hot soup, and all you did was complain. I just want to put that out there. We just couldn't bear watching them walking the streets in the cold. The slogans? The deranged scrawl of cowards, nothing more. All right, well, I'm glad to hear that. Everybody's on board. Fantastic. So yeah, we've got these hungry people who are apparently going home rather than eating, but eventually they will make their way over to the cookhouse to get themselves something to eat. That is all, actually, for day 20. We're into the wee hours of day 21. I want to thank you very much for joining me. It's been a pleasure having you. If you've enjoyed this episode, hit the thumbs up button. And if you want to make sure you never miss an episode, subscribe. And while you're down there, ring that cowbell.